The Bible says that John the Baptist was the greatest man born among women. Tremendous person, tremendous minister, tremendous standard that he stood by. John shows his heart as he says, "Behold the Lamb. I can't loosen his shoe ties. I'm not worthy to baptize you, Jesus. I must decrease that he may increase." Then when he is in prison and he knows that he is facing probably the end of his life, he sends his disciples to ask Jesus, "Are you really the one, or should we look for another?" Elijah was a rugged man, a great prophet of God, fearless, bold. He rebuked godless kings. He was a spiritual powerhouse, if there ever was one. He had 5 miracles in one day. The Lord sends the fire to consume the soaked sacrifice. He then slew 450 prophets of Baal and 400 prophets of Asherah. Then the rain comes. After 3.5 years of drought, the rain comes. Then he outruns the king's best horses and chariots. And then revival sweeps across Israel. And he's on top of the world for a few moments. Great victory comes, and then depression comes crashing in. And every time that you are so high, a low will often follow. They actually have a syndrome for that in the ministry, that a minister, the typical minister, quits every Monday. Because you have that high. It happens coming through revivals, and I experienced that. Some of the greatest services that I ever saw in my life, where you just felt like you had won a massive victory, and by the time the night was through, you felt like that you couldn't do it anymore. Elijah went under a tree. He asked God to kill him. Moses won all kinds of victories. He saw the plagues. He saw the defeat of the entire Egyptian army. He saw all of these wonderful things. And he comes to the place where he says, "God, kill me." Don't let somebody tell you that you have to backslide to go through these issues, because that is not true. Paul thought that he would die under the struggle. More recent people like Charles Spurgeon was a great, brilliant preacher, and he struggled with depression all of the time. Jonah asked God to kill him. This is the situation, and it happens to the best of us. Do you hear me? It happens to the best of us.